Have you wondered why media is so important in church today? Come to think of it, every Sunday, millions of people tune in online, watch sermon clips, others even share memory verses or Bible verses on social media. This is not just random. It is a powerful tool that God has given to us to expand His kingdom. In today's episode, I'm going to discuss with you why church media is so important and why church media goes far more beyond cameras and light. Stick and stay. The first thing I want to talk about is spreading the gospel globally. Now, the Great Commission in Matthew chapter 28, verse 19 and 20 call on us to make disciples of all nations. Now, the question is, in that small location of yours, how will you be able to make disciples of all nations? The answer that comes to mind quickly is media. Take church live streaming, for example. In your small location, someone who is not at where you are can tune into your church live streaming and then have access to the gospel. There are several instances where people are accepting Christ and then giving their life unto Christ just by watching sermon videos watching sermon videos. Some have received their healing, some have received their breakthrough just through media. Now, when you go online, globally, on social media, on YouTube, there are a lot of prayers going on. How do people join these prayers? It is because of media. So now you realize that media is much more than just cameras. It helps you to spread the gospel globally. Now, let me give you this typical example. Last time during our church's live streaming, someone came to drop a comment that he has followed our service and wants to join us live. And then we pick up this guy's number, followed him up. Apparently, he was not in Accra. Our church is in Accra. This guy was not in Accra. But then through the power of media, we were able to reach out to this guy. We were in contact with this guy. So this guy came to Accra. And when he came to Accra, to the glory of God, he came to join our church. So we realized that if it were not for the power of media, probably this guy may have not have access to our services in order to give his life to Christ. So media is very, very important. If you want to make disciples of all nations and you are in one location, try the power of media and see. By the grace of God and by the mercies of God, you'll be able to touch lives who are far beyond your reach. The next thing that I want to talk about is bridging the gap for non-attendance. Charlie, listen, life happens. People get sick. People get incapacitated. Situations can prevent people from coming to physical auditorium services. Now, when it happens like that, what do? You can leverage on the power of media. In this generation, in this era, there are a lot of tools, there are a lot of platforms that can help you run virtual services. When you come to my church, for instance, aside our normal live streaming that we do on social media, there are some services we stream on Zoom too, and then members or participants who are not able to attend in person, probably the person is in school, probably the person has traveled, the person is sick, the person is in transit, so the person cannot come to physical service. They join our service via Zoom, and then we have fellowship. This can only be by the work of media. So as a church leader, you don't have to worry when your members are saying that, oh, because of ABC, I will not be able to make it to service. Leverage on the power of media and let the media people carry the gospel to the person wherever he or she is so that the person can enjoy the service. I remember during one of our services, one sister of us said that because of work schedule, she will not be able to join us for service. And I told her that don't worry, this service is going to be live on Zoom. And what we do is that we don't broadcast all our services from beginning to the end on social media. But then because this person is a family member and is a church member, when he or she joins the service on Zoom, for the Zoom services, we start from beginning and we close at the end. So the person is able to enjoy our services as though the person is in service. It is very good that as church leaders, we take advantage of media and then have fellowship with our people who are not able to attend services. One thing you have to also take into consideration is the fact that church events are not just gathering. It is a milestone in people's life. And church media helps preserve these moments and then share them with the world. For example, just the ended Pensagana conference that we had, we realized that within that space or within that time frame, there were a lot of content that were being churned out on social media, short clips that were coming, and even people that were not at the conference had access to these things and then they were enjoying them. Now, these memories, when they are preserved and they are shared with the world, it creates long-lasting impact in the life of people. So you cannot underestimate the power of media. So church media team or church media people, you should not see it just as cameras and lights and the rest. See it as a ministry that God has unleashed you people to help possess the nations and make disciples of all nations from that little corner that you are, because he has given you that powerful tool that is called media. Church media is much more than technical work. It is a ministry. It is a powerful tool that God has given to us to expand his kingdom, to spread the gospel, to save the never dying soul. So, how has church media impacted your life? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you have not yet subscribed, kindly click on the subscribe button, turn on the post notification so that whenever I release a new video, you'll get the first notification. Also share this video and then follow us on all our social media platforms.